Well, good morning guys, and welcome to another Munro adventure today. So the plan for today is a couple of munros from Glen Lochay, and it's actually my last two munros in this area. Looking forward to it. I've left maybe some of the toughest to last, as you'll see. I'm actually getting eaten by midges, so I'm going to keep this short and sweet, but I'm going to take the bike up the glen here along the private road. This is as far up as you can drive, so yeah, it's going to be a couple of miles up the track here. This route is not usually a bike and hike, but as you know, I like using the bike, especially on the way back, so I think it'll help that a little bit. But anyway, I'll tell you a bit more about this route once I get a bit further up. So carrying on the theme from my previous Munro, the rain has come on already, not forecast, so time to get an extra layer on. Is that sunshine that I see coming through the sky there? What a change of conditions already. Now, nearly at the end of my cycle here, you can see I follow the path here. There's actually a little hut you may be able to see here, so I'm going to push the bike all the way up to there. This is going to be a steep pull up. You can see it craggy too. These munros are quite infamous for being tough, so yeah, it's going to be a long slog to get up there. You may be able to see just to the other side there is actually Beinn Heasgarnich, the Munro that I've done previous to this one. Now I didn't get a view from that at all, so hopefully I get a view across to it today. But yeah, for now I'm going to finish off the cycle, get my legs prepped for heading uphill. So I finally pushed the bike up to this hut. That last wee section was steep there, but as I say, that should pay off for the way out as a freewheel down there. But yeah, now it's time to drop the bike and start heading uphill. As soon as you leave the path here, things get rather steep, and the views quickly open up behind, down Glen Lochay. This is blooming steep. I knew it would be. Crags. Look at that, I'm just going to have to pick my way. There is a slight path that I'm following. I think it probably takes me through the middle of these crags. But yeah, tough. You can just see that little hut. A GoPro might not pick it up, but you can see it below there. So making good progress. But yeah, I'll catch up with you once it gets a bit flatter. If anything, I think the terrain gets slightly worse here, with some awkward crags to negotiate, just to make it up onto that first part of the ridge. Right then, that's me up and over that craggy terrain. That was tough on the legs. But you can see the final ridge up to this fine Munro. This is Creag Mhor, the first of two Munros I'm going to do today. Again, a steep pull up, craggy terrain again, which is not that typical of this area, to be honest. But yeah, I think it's going to be clear at the top too. There's a tiny bit of cloud. I hope that disappears. I must be due a clear Munro, but my three previous to this have been in the clag and cloud, so yeah, I'm not going to get my hopes up, but yeah, you never know. So anyway, better crack on to the top of this Munro. As I got higher, I was getting hopeful of a view at the top here. That cloud seemed to be lifting with me, But then as I approached that final bit of the ridge, there was still a lot of cloud wisping about, so I wasn't so sure. There we go, finally the top. My 270th Munro. 12 to go. Ho-ho. There we go, I'm going to get out of the wind. This is Creag Mhor, and it means the big crag. It was just one big crag coming all the way up there. Really steep and slightly boggy at times too. This is 1,047 metres high. Now there is a view coming and going, so I'm going to linger here for a little bit, get a quick bite to eat. And yeah, hopefully I can show you some views up here. So as I speak, things are clearing a tiny bit. I can see where I'm going now. And yeah, wait until you see this, this looks tough. That is the descent, and a reascent back up to that second Munro. The views are coming and going, but I think I'm going to have to be really quick pulling the camera out when I get a view. I don't want this to be the fourth Munro in a row that I don't get a view from, but yeah, I'm hopeful for this one. You can see what would be Beinn Heasgarnich in the cloud. I'll claim that as a cloud-free summit. What do you think? There's the way I came from. And here is the big bulk of this next Munro. Maybe I spoke too soon. It doesn't look good, does it? I think I'm about to drop some height to gain a view as the cloud looks low. And it is a big day today. This is going to take me 8 to 9 hours to get round and cycle back out, so I don't have all day. I don't have that luxury to just linger here. But yeah, it's a shame because I think the views up here are pretty spectacular on a good day. It certainly doesn't look good for a view. The rain is actually starting. I think it's going to start drizzling. My luck's been out. July has been a terrible month in Scotland, isn't it? Just no luck at summits. That's 4 in the Creag and Clyde. So yeah, I'm going to make that tough descent down to the Beinn Heasgarnich, where I'll give you an update once I get down there. Hopefully the conditions improve. Well, I didn't get very far there as the views have come out, so I've actually returned back to the cairn. Now I'm going to be really quick to try and show you what I can see. There's down to Loch Lochay there, and there's a better view of where I'm heading, up that spine up there and out to that next Munro. Now I will claim this as a cloud-free summit. Finally, my luck is in just. It's not fantastic, but yeah, at least I can see something. Anyway, I have messed about up here for too long, so time to drop down. Okay then, that's me at the lowest point between these two Munros. A fair drop right enough. Like I said, all the way down here negotiating the crags, across these Beinn Heasgarnichs, but the Beinn Heasgarnichs weren't actually too bad. And now it's time to make my way up here. Fair old pull up, as this second Munro is actually higher than the first one. But it looks clean up there now, so hopefully it'll be clear for this next one for me. Surely this time I'll get some views at the top of a Munro. Here we go again, more rain, cloud. This is just unbelievable. My luck has run out in Scotland, it really has. Oh look, I've finally got a view of something over here. There's, I think it's Loch Lochay. Oh man, I need to take what I can get just now. But things seem to be levelling out ever so slightly towards the top. I think I've still got a fair bit to go actually. There's a few lumps and bumps, but yeah, I'll pick you back up once I'm there. As I got close to the summit, I passed this cairn, which in this conditions you could confuse this as the top. The navigation was getting tough. As you can see here, there was no features really up on this plateau, so yeah, I had to take a bit of care around here. Well, after a fair old go in that mist and fog, there is Munro 271, Beinn Heasgarnich, this is known as, and it's actually translates to the peaceful mountain. Well, there's not much peaceful about this today, and it's 1,078 metres high, just slightly higher than the one before it. Just under 2 hours to make it down and up here, which is quite long to be fair. I was going at a fair old pace too, but yeah, there's no chance of a view up here. I'm going to try and take a bit of shelter, maybe get something to eat, but yeah, I don't see the point in lingering up here. The summit cairn here doesn't even offer much protection at all. I'm just out of the wind, but yeah, that was a tough pull up to here, I tell you. Oh, I said at the start of this video, these two mountains have an infamous reputation. I can kind of see why, as they're tougher than the other ones in this area. This is the last ones I've got to do to the east. They're all on the west coast from here on in. The final 11 munros now. So yeah, I'll show you a quick look at that on the map. So usually I'll show you the views up here, but I don't see much point showing you the inside of a ping pong ball. It's just nothing to see. The forecast has done me dirty today. It said that it was going to be excellent visibility, but that's just the nature of it, I suppose. I mean, how lucky have I been up to this point in my journey for blue skies? I think I went about 100 munros with a view at the top in a row, so yeah, that's crazy. But I'm going to get a bite to eat here, get my sugar levels up, because it's a failed descent back to my bike, and there's no path as well. It's a bit off the beaten track, this route that I'm going to take down, so yeah, time to chill out for a bit. Well, to make up for the lack of views here, I think we're going to eat this giant Empire biscuit that I've been saving. Oh yes, and it's going to give me some good energy to get back down. So yeah, these conditions are pretty horrendous. I'm just going to head back down, where I'll give you a quick rundown on my day on these two hills. So it looks like that cloud level is finally lifted, as I can finally see the top of that first Munro. That's Creag Mhor just in the distance there. Beinn Heasgarnich still in the cloud. No luck today. After a long pathless descent, I finally made it back to my bike, which I was glad to see at this point, as my legs were quite tired. Okay, so that's me back at the bike, and also back at the little hut you can see behind me there. Now for the fun part, I get to cycle back to my van from here. 5 miles I think it is, or 4 point something miles maybe. But yeah, 6 hours to hike right round that loop there. Do you know what? I actually enjoyed it. In good conditions that would be much better though. It's quite rugged terrain, but there is some stunning views up there for the glimpses that I've seen anyway. But yeah, I better give you my review out of 10. I'll give it a 7. I can't really rate it, it's difficult because I didn't see too much up there. But I think taking the bike for this route probably does help. Like, I'm a fan of cycling out for my walkouts. There's the drizzle and rain just started. Oh, that looks horrible out there. But yeah, I think the bike is probably the best option for this. I think it'll be an 8-hour round trip and maybe about 18 or 19 miles. It's definitely a bit further this way, but with that bike it makes things that bit quicker. So anyway, that's it for all the Munros in the east. As I said previously, it's all the west coast from here. So thanks for watching today. Hopefully we'll get some sun in my next adventure. But thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next one.